Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe. There was a lot in sports. There's a lot going on in sports. The NBA is getting down to the last few games, of the regular season. The NCAA conference tournaments have wrapped, and the selections are in. Baseball is in spring training. Hockey is in full swing, getting ready to head towards their postseason here in the next week or so, week or two maybe. XFL is around. Pleasantly surprised with the XFL product. Golf, the Players Championship was just this weekend. It was a great tournament. You know, so much going on, soccer going on. The World Baseball Challenge is going on, and that's been great as well. So many great things in sports going on, but I've just been drawn to entertainment. I see things, and I just must address them because I feel like there's so many parallels, right? This Lamar Jackson case where now the pendulum has swung, where everyone finds it necessary to tell us how much he's not worth a fully guaranteed contract after all season telling us that he was worth a fully guaranteed contract. This idea that no team wants Lamar Jackson on their team because they're not putting bids in, because they know whatever bid they put in, the Ravens are just, and Lamar accepts, the Ravens are just going to match it. They don't need to do the Ravens' job for them. The Ravens, smart on them, they put the franchise tag on them, but they put the non-exclusive franchise tag on them, which means that they want people to do their job for them, number one. And if somebody is willing to give him a fully guaranteed contract, they're going to get compensation for it. Well, that's not fair to the team who just wants to negotiate with the player that they want and not have to pay the team who technically shouldn't own the rights to him because they don't want to pay him. At the end of the day, it's Lamar Jackson. I 100% believe that he is okay with playing under the franchise tag this year. I think that's the one thing that nobody seems to want to mention. You haven't heard anything from him because he is 100% okay with playing underneath the franchise tag. That $30-something million, whatever it is more money than he's made in the first 5 years of his deal. His first 5 years in the league, less money than the 30-something million he's going to make next year. People are acting as if, oh, well, if he gets hurt, outside of the fully guaranteed money he would get up front, they would then just insure it and not pay him anymore. Unless he does something that is catastrophic, even if he gets injured, he's going to still have a chance next year to go into the pool. See, look, here's why I want him to take the franchise tag and not settle for some BS money. Because if he takes the franchise tag this year at $30-something million, then he comes back next year with the franchise tag because it's a multiplier now, right? Now that's going to be probably in the 50s. That's over $80 to $90 million in 2 years. He still holds the leverage. By the time they have no other choice but to release him or but to not re-sign him or re-sign him to the deal he wants, he's still going to be under 30 years old. This is a win for Lamar Jackson. Just keep doing what you're doing, baby. It's cool. But I keep getting drawn to entertainment. And last night, as I was perusing the Oscars, they were right back to their old ways. It seems to me that the Oscars have not learned anything. They have not made the necessary adjustments to make it feel inclusive. Number one, they keep trying to tell us movies that are good that we don't agree that are good. And I don't want to hear, hey, this isn't this and this isn't that. Like, at the end of the day, if a movie is really good, it stands out. Every year I watch all of the Academy, the Oscars, all of the Oscar nominated Best Pictures. Every year I come away going, all right, there are some that are good. There are some that are really good. Then there's some that I'm like, why did I just watch this? Like, why was I supposed to be inspired by this? Why was it supposed to be really good? Like, I enjoyed Slumdog Millionaire in bites, the year that Slumdog Millionaire won. I remember one year Life of Pi was nominated. I remember watching it and going, oh, there's some cool things about it. But nah. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I was all over. Loved it. Fantastic. All of a sudden this year, right? Black Panther gets nominated for things, and the response from people is, oh, Marvel's taking over. Well, how can they be taking over? It's not like Marvel movies win Best Picture every year, or Best Actor, or Best Actress, or Best Supporting Actor. None of that. Marvel movies don't win that unless you have a tour de force like Angela Bassett playing a role that she smoked, and she's nominated. Shout out to the boys. Like, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors. Love the little we got your back. He came out, hey auntie, we see you. We love you. I thought that was really dope. I thought that was really great. When I looked at the, how they put all of the pictures of the actresses and the actors in the windows when it's their category, I remember sitting there watching last night when they called the winner of Best Supporting Actress. And the responses on the faces usually tell you everything that you need to know. They usually tell you everything that you need to know about whether or not people believe that the person who was worthy of winning actually won. Now, this might actually surprise you all, but I don't think Angela Bassett should have won. I thought she was deserving of winning. But I actually thought that Stephanie Zhu, and I apologize if I'm saying her last name wrong, I actually think she smoked that role in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I believe that she should have won. And I believe that if she would have won, you would have saw a much different reaction out of Angela Bassett than what you saw. Angela Bassett just sat back with grace, no facial expression, no change in it. Just sat back in grace, clapped a little bit, kept it moving. Because she knew this is what they do. I'm up in this category versus this young lady who smoked it. It should be me or her. And in a movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once with a cast that is almost primarily East Asian. They give an award to the one white lady in the... Come on. She's barely in the movie. Like, yeah, she's a supporting actress technically, but she's barely in the movie. Not to a point where I would think that one should earn an Oscar. She was happy being nominated, being recognized. And once again, when you look at her face and her reaction when she won, it tells you she never thought in a million years she had a chance to win. And it wasn't fake. It wasn't the actress is trying to look surprised. No, she was legitimately surprised. Now, this has nothing to do with Jamie Lee Curtis. So when you hear people out there complaining about the Oscars, don't make it seem as if they're dissing Jamie Lee Curtis. But the same way that the people that vote for the Oscars gave her a vote doesn't mean that we, people in the media or people who watch, can't look at that and say, no, she doesn't get our vote. Because we saw better performances. We saw a better performance in the movie that she won for. There was a better performance in the movie that she won for. And this is why you can't have multiple best actor, best actress, supporting actor, and actresses from the same movie. This is why you just have to have one. Because if you only had to have one, there's no doubt that the screen time for Stephanie Hsu would have given her the nod over Jamie Lee Curtis. And now with only her as a nominee, she doesn't split votes. See, she probably got a lot of votes, but clearly Jamie Lee Curtis got more. Well, if there's no Jamie Lee Curtis, where do you think those votes are going? They're probably going to Stephanie Hsu. So we have a young lady who had an opportunity to win an Oscar early into her career, her adult career. She can't be that old. You know what that Oscar could do for her? Being an Oscar-winning actress at that age? Ask Kate Winslet. Ask Leonardo DiCaprio. Ask some of those people who have won that award at an early age, at an earlier adult age, what it did to their careers, how it opened doors for them. Jamie Lee Curtis's career isn't over, but she's not on the front end of it. She's not in the middle of it. She's on the tail end of it. Hell, so is Angela Bassett. But the Oscars continue to make the same mistake. They continue to force recognition where recognition is not due. And they continue to miss out on the opportunities to genuinely recognize the people that they should recognize. The people and the movies and the music. And, well, actually, you know what? Cinematography, they normally get right. Costuming, they normally get right. Score, they know. All of the technical stuff where there's no faces to it, they normally get those right. But the moment you can assign faces to things, the moment that you have this predominantly Black ensemble cast and this predominantly East Asian ensemble cast, and you have both of these cast out here for these phenomenal works that they put together, and you don't recognize them, it just looks fishy. I'm not saying give them something they don't deserve. That's never been what I'm on. And I don't want to hear we need to make our own Oscars. We need to have our own this. We made the Oscars. The same way that we made the Grammys. We don't need our own Grammys or our own Oscars. We made those. We deserve a seat at the table on an equal level as those who come, as those who are our contemporaries. I'm tired of hearing that we need a different one or we need a separate one in these cases. Because in this case, we built it. We built the house the same way that we built the house for the Grammys. We deserve not just to be recognized, we deserve our peace. We deserve our equal placing at the table. So when you have the opportunity to recognize who's the best, it doesn't matter to me, Black, Asian, white, recognize the best. Don't tell us what we should have liked. Make us understand what we missed. Make us understand what we missed. Don't tell us that Jamie Lee Curtis's performance was the best. Make us go, wow, she won? Let me go back and look at that performance. The problem is when we go back and look at that performance, we keep looking at Stephanie Hsu. We keep looking at her performance. Whenever we go and look at that Jamie Lee Curtis performance, we can't help but look at the Angela Bassett performance in Black Panther and go, nah, it wasn't better than that. Every year, the Oscars try to show us who they are. It's time for us to listen. No, we're not going to make your ratings by one of our black heroes slapping another one of our black heroes. No, we're not going to make your ratings by having our black comedians go up there and shoe sign and tap dance and make fun of the other black people in the audience. No, we're not going to make your performance, make your show better by using us as pushing us up in front just for the superficial, but never giving us the real bread, the real Quan. The ball is in the Oscars court. I don't know what we can do, but I know we have to do something. It's ridiculous to continually go through this every time we watch the Oscars. It's sad to go through this every time we watch the Oscars. That is a part of Americana, and you keep telling us that Americana is all-inclusive, and you keep showing us a show where it's not all-inclusive. Hey, show up. Hey, come. No, don't leave it in the actual awards. The Oscars continually show us who they are. It's time for us to believe them. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. You do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Till next time, peace.